6 months after the day of sorrow, Mrs. Chard's funeral, Colonel Chard and Adela attended a party at Mrs. Churchley's house. Crystal chandeliers were blinking, and flowers were whispering. Colonel looked younger when he saw Mrs. Churchley. His burden carried away suddenly. Like bees to flowers, or children to lollipop, Colonel found his voice. She was the one he ever wanted, his only desire, but not Adela's desire. No one could replace Mama. No one could sit where she used to sit. Like a wrecked ship crossing an ocean, like injured wings tried to fly. Mrs. Churchley, is she the answer? The Marriages by Henry James.
Good evening, Adela. I was so sorry to hear about your dear mother. How long has it been now, dear?
6 months.
I see. Please accept my deepest condolences. Excuse me. Oh, Adela! Mr. Trash, would you still remember?
Of course. Everyone's going to do something else. I believe you're not a thing tonight.
Where are you going?
I don't do that sort of thing.
Sure, you must be going on somewhere yourself.
Yes, you must have a lot of places.
No, I have no plans at all. Just still, I always think this is such a nice hour when you're to talk.
But this isn't fair.
Please just still, Mr. Chard. This is the only time to talk.
I'm afraid of the last condolences. You have to sit your life. Stella, you must release this to your room. Good night.
Good night.
Adela had expected her father would say something about Mrs. Churchley, but when he said nothing, it also affected her, very oddly, still more as if he had spoken. However, she wanted no telling. There was such a horrible clearness in her mind that what she now waited for was only to be sure that her father wouldn't be perceived as she had imagined. At the end of the minutes, she made her own way to her brother.
Good night.
Oh, Adela, isn't it really late for you?
Father is going to marry Mrs. Churchley, you know.
Good day. How do you know?
I've seen that with my eyes. We've been dining there. You've just come home. He's in love with her and she's in love with him. They will arrange it.
say.
You will. You will. You will.
No, he ought to. He ought to. Yes, I want your perfect Lana.
Such a woman was
Oh, dear old mama.
It's like an insult to her. As if you denied her, you love something that's not all the year of their happiness.
Yes, they were awfully happy.
Yes, he was. Then no one else would ever be like her again.
I suppose he's not very happy now.
Of course he isn't. Any more than you and I are. And it is dreadful of him to want to be.
Well, don't make yourself so miserable till you're sure.
Of course I'm sure. What could come from the way that we had together and also Father's ended on the way that back home from the house last evening. Also her. She's so powerless. She's so foreign, rebellious and menace.
Well, I dare say she's alright.
Alright. Alright to take my daddy mama's place? To sit where she used to sit? To lay her horrible hands on her things?
Just mean that nothing will come of it.
No. No, not if we do our duty. You must speak to him. Tell him how he feels. Tell him that we will never forgive him and we can't endure it.
No, he'll think I'm cheeky.
Is it to plead for her memory?
He'll say that it's none of my business.
That you believe that he will do it?
Of course not a bit. Just go to bed.
I'll speak to him.
Don't cry out till you're hurt. Wait until he speaks to you.
He won. He won. He will just do it without telling us.
Is she very rich?
I don't have the least idea of it. What it has to do with it?
Does she live as if she were?
Well, she has so many reassuring things.
Well, I think we must keep our eyes open now. But for now, you must let me get on.
Why did you leave us? Why did you leave us?
Yes. Why?
Adela said nothing to her sisters. Mrs. Churchley was to be their mother, a direct representative. Before the mission of Mrs. Churchley came through, Adela considered herself capable enough to derail their wedding plans. The sense of this just to watch over his mother. She also didn't want her mother to be replaced by a flirty woman. 3 days after they had dined together at Mrs. Churchley's, Colonel Chart asked Adela if she had been to see the lady.
Dana, have you been to call on Mrs. Chesley?
No, why should I?
Don't you call on people after you dine with them?
Yes, in the course of time. I don't rush off into the week.
Then you'll be rush up tomorrow. She has to dine with us at 12, and as I expect your sisters to calm down.
To a dinner party.
It's not to be dinner party. I want them to know Mrs. Chesley.
It's not to be nobody else.
But pray, of course, a family party. Excuse me.
Father is going to have a dinner party, and I suppose that means there will be a dinner announcement.
Well, I good to see you, sister.
What on earth did you do that for?
Father told me. He wished for it.
He has told you that.
Told me what?
That they are engaged, of course. What else can all this mean?
Well, he didn't tell me that. But you know, I like her.
Like her.
Yes, she's very kind, very good.
She put herself where we hate her. Is that what you call kind? Is that what you call decent?
Just simply don't hate her.
Well, there is something that I must do now.
What is that?
I must call on Mrs. Jersley and tell her exactly what my feelings are.
Please, Angela. At least wait until Father tells you for sure that they are to be married.
I'll see.
This was one of her hardest times that she ever faced since she lost her mom. She called on Mrs. Churchley, trying to break out somehow, to plead and to appeal. But that wasn't easy where they were face to face. Mrs. Churchley had every intention of getting Colonel charged, but her good intentions seemed like a ship had sailed for Adela. In the deep of her heart, she really wanted to declare her true feelings to Mrs. Churchley. In her daydreaming, Adela down on her knees in front of Mrs. Churchley, trying to set Mrs. Churchley apart from Colonel Chart. Adela was begging really, really hard.
I cannot believe that Connor wants to marry her. Doesn't he understand how I feel? Doesn't he remember Mama? Doesn't he know that it's really hurts for me? Well, nobody remember Mama. Only me that remember how kind she was and how good she was as a mother. I don't like Mrs. Churchley to be my mother. I don't like her. I don't want her to replace my mom. Oh God. Please spare us. Just have mercy on us. Just let him alone. Go away.
After a brief interval, Godfrey followed Adela out of the drawing room, taking his sister to bed. Adela was waiting for him. Her father was then blown with his violence. It was already as if the place was her home.
Godfrey, what did you say to him?
I said nothing. That was nothing to say.
Is that how he strikes you?
Father asked me to speak to her,
In what hideous sense?
to tell her I was glad.
Did you?
I don't know. I said something and she kissed me.
How could you?
He says he's very rich.
So you didn't kiss her?
Well, I didn't kiss her. Good night.
morning dawned early, or rather for him, there was no night. Nothing else except a day that cracked with pain. When she came down to the breakfast room, her father was in his place with newspapers. And Adela expected the very first words he would utter to be a rebuke for her because she left without any permission of Mrs. Churchill. Then, she saw he wished to be intensely kind, making every concession to conciliate and comfort her.
Good luck.
Della, I have a piece of news for you that will probably shock you.
It's really hard for me to
Yes, yes, I know,
Don't. Someone's going to be married. No. He's going to marry Mrs. Chursley. No. Papa.
We'll try now, we'll try. Needless to say, I'm stand where you've been here. Mrs. Churchill is the kindest, the most likable of women. She only wants to make you happy. Only wants to make me happy. I think it may be best if we girls go away for a while. I shall see about taking you up to freedom.
I cannot believe that you do
Godfrey would be obliged if Adela would speak to him in his room. She went straight up to him, dreading to find him broken down on the eve of his formidable week. This was not the case, however. He rather seemed already at work to have been at work since dawn. But he was very white, and his eyes had a strange and new expression.
Angela! Please tell me this. What was the purpose of your visit the other morning to Miss Churchley?
Breakfast. What's the matter?
They've put it off. They've put it off a month.
Thank God.
What the devil do you thank God?
No, I think you're all wrong.
What did you do that? And how did you interfere?
Don't you interfere.
You said something. And I know you did something.
What I did was my own business.
Well, damn your own business. You've made a pretty mess. And if I don't pass the exam, it will be your fault.
Father seems quite miserable, but don't worry, darlings, it will be all right. Besides, it gives us a chance to enjoy summer home that Mama loves so well.
She never needed urging, however, to go to Britain, the dearest old house in the world, where the happiest days of a young life had been spent, and the silent nearness of the mother always seemed greatest. She found her happiness again with Beatrice, Muriel, and Miss Blake. Late in the summer afternoon, as she watered her flowers, a young man who proved to be Godfrey on pedestrian advance over from the station. If he had come down to Britain, it wasn't apparently to avoid her. There was nevertheless none of the joy of his triumph in his face as he came a very few steps to meet her.
Yes.
Oh, Godfrey, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad. Would you be staying here a few days?
Only until tomorrow morning. They're sending me straight to Madrid. I just came down to say goodbye.
Oh, Madrid. How awfully nice, and it's awfully nice of you to have come.
What I really came for, you might as well know without Dr. Lay, is to ask you a question.
A question?
Yes. What was it you said to Miss Shirley that when
If she has told you, then why do you ask?
she has told me nothing? I have seen for myself.
What have you seen?
She has broken it all. Everything's over. Its father is the death.
In the depths.
Did you think it would make him jolly?
He will get over it. He will be glad.
That remains to be seen. Well, you interfered. You invented something. You got round her. I insist on knowing what you did.
Are you also reason thing is broken up?
She is and he is, so that's as good.
What reason has he given?
None at all, or half a dozen. It's the same thing. She has changed her mind. She mistook her feelings. She can part with her parents. Moreover, she said, he has too many children.
Did he tell you this?
It's church legal. She has gone abroad for a year.
And it's then to say what I say to her?
Why should I take this problem she had?
Well, you might have taken it to make me stubborn. That's years of what you want to do.
No! I'll leave that to you. It's the good turn you've done.
What do you mean? What on earth that I have done to you?
She wouldn't have helped me. She was all ready to help me.
Doing what?
Can you just see I'm in trouble? Where are your eyes? Your sympathy and sense that you talk so much about. Haven't you seen that? It's 6 months after first worry in my life.
Godfrey, what is the matter?
You've gone against me. It's what could strengthen me. God's name satisfied. What infernal thing did you do?
It wasn't infernal. It was right. I told her I had been right.
Wretch? You told her such a lie.
That's the only way, and she believed me.
Wretch how? Wretch when? Wretch where?
I told her Papa made her so, and she ought to know it. I told her a question that troubled me unspeakably, but I had made up my mind, and it was my duty to respect her. I notified her that he had faults and impurities that made Mama's life a long worry. A matter that would see him water free from the world. But let me so, and I admit it. And then I told her what they were, these faults and impurities, and I put a dot on the eyes. And then I said to her, it wasn't fair to let another person marry him with a warning. And yes, I warned her. I'm quite satisfied with my conscience. And she could do what she liked, and her responsibility was over.
You invented such issue of puzzleness and coldness. And now you talk about your conscience. You stand dare with your sense proclaim your own crime?
I'm calling it any crime that could have rescued us.
You just insult and blacken and ruin your own father.
You'll never know if he took a phone as you would have found him.
And I'll be damned if I won't doubt him.
I did it right. I did it right. I went down on my knees to pray for guidance and I got some Mama's memory from the outrage. But if I hate him, I wouldn't be worse than you. I'm not so bad that you have done something that you are saying to tell me.
You raving maniac!
He turned away from her, bounded down the avenue in the direction from which he had come. Just a moment after her scene with Godfrey, Miss Lee was coming with the news that lady had been waiting for her for some minutes. A lady, suggested immediately Mrs. Churchley. The lady had given no name, and Miss Lee hadn't seen Mrs. Churchley. Nevertheless, the governess was certain Adela's surmise was wrong.
Good afternoon, Melody.
Good afternoon.
There is a woman who's waiting you in the drawing room.
Is he big and dreadful?
Yes, she is dreadful, but she is not big.
Well, do show me in, please.
Yes, Melody.
Who are you? What is your business here? I'll tell you what I've come for. I've come to ask you to intercede. To intercede? With your father, you know. He doesn't know, but you'll have to. Well, don't look so bewildered. I'll tell you I am Mrs. Godfrey. Yes, your brother's wife. We've been married 7 months now, and if he's taken off, then I'm taken off. He didn't want to tell his father, so I need to talk to the member of the family, face to face. Beatrice was afraid to tell his father. I hope you will see that the good old God does something. Please, quickly.
What really happened? Adela never quite understood and couldn't say anything. She just looked like a dazed young woman accompanied by loneliness. In the next morning, Godfrey was completely changed. He appeared in Garden of Britain. He was broken too, but not so pathetic as his father. He was uncertain, however, what toll to take.
Godfrey, is it true?
I've been the most untroubled donkey. You can say what you like, but you can't say anything worse that I've said to myself.
Brother, what has father said?
He'll give her 600 a year
I see the angel.
on the condition that she never comes near me. She's only promised and probably leave me alone to get the money. If she doesn't, I give her myself lost. I've been living in hell.
My brother.
I'm not an idiot. Yet to her I've behaved like one. Don't ask me, you must know. It was all done in a day. But since then, fancy my condition. Fancy my word in such a permanent. Fancy my coming through it all.
Thank God. Buzz, you were wonderful.
I have shot myself in my feet. You know, I had an awful day yesterday with the governor. It was late at night before it was over. I'll leave England next week. He brought me here for it to look well, so the children shall know.
Well, he's wonderful too.
Wonderful.
Well, it's broken.
came straight to Samuel Street from here. She saw him at first, then he called me in. That luxury lasted about an hour.
Poor father. Could you tell him
Tell him what?
that what you say to Bull, but I didn't, Mrs. Tristan?
I was so angry with you, but I pulled off. I helped myself.
You thought of Mama.
Don't speak of
No,
mom.
if you had thought of Mama.
Then they didn't prevent. I told Miss Churchley good. I believe in her.
Is she very bad?
She'll never mention my wife to you again.
You might believe that I won't speak of her, so father doesn't know.
I said, no what?
That what I did to Mrs. Tristan.
Don't think so. But you must find out yourself.
I shall find out, but what has Mrs. Tristan to do with it?
My misery.
Yes.
Of course I tell her about it. I had to tell someone.
Why didn't you tell me?
You? You take things so beastly hard. You make such roles. What I wanted was comfort, not to be lazy. Oh, I thought I should go mad. I wanted Miss Churchley to break into father, to intercede for me, and help him to meet it. She was awfully kind to me. She listened and understood. She could fancy how it had happened. Without her, I shouldn't have gone through. She liked me, you know. She said she do what she could for me. She was full of sympathy and resource. I really leaned on her. But when you got in, of course it spoiled everything. That's why I was so furious with you. She couldn't do anything then.
So he has committed a law?
Yes, he had committed law. Father is coming here to stay for a while. He said he wants to be with his girls. I suppose it's a good idea. He needs to be away from London.
His father appeared in Britain without an intimation, and Adela had a chance to find out, as she had said, whether he knew she had interfered. But in spite of her chance, she never found out. He knew Mrs. Churchley had thrown him over, and he knew his daughter rejoiced in it. But he appeared not to have divined the relation between the two facts. Adela was too sorry for him to be consistently glad.
Father?
Yes, Adela.
I want to say something. I mean, I should have said something a while ago. But I'm sorry that you hurtfully hurt.
I appreciate constantly, but this thing do happen. Once that a woman changes her mind and everyone's moment is really.
Perhaps we could have some years in.
My dear, what in the world we try to? No. I decided to do a bit of traveling. As I start in Paris and then go on to Cairo. As I conclude my trip in Madrid to see the capital. Excuse me.
A year has passed. The spring in London looked very nice. Adela's going to Mrs. Churchley before the month was over. As on her great previous occasion, she went in the morning. This time, however, her visit was shorter.
Well, you have come to visit.
Yes, I am deeply sorry for the pain I have must cause you. Everything I so carried as unsaid. Please do not despise me too much. Please forgive me, Mrs. Chesley. Take pity on my dear, sweet, perfect papa. Please come back to him, Mrs. Chesley. This life must be miserable without you.
Oh, this is so hilarious! Why, I never believed what you said for 1 minute. This is all too absurd. You know, I really dislike you, and I found you utterly false. I told your father what a horrid girl you were, and I told him that I could never live with anyone so horrible. I told him that you must be sanguine, for you will never marry. I really loathe what you have done. But your father defended you from me. This, of course, led to the complete rupture of our relationship.
So Father gave you up for me? Fancy the angel, fancy what I must try to be to him for the rest of his life. Mrs. Chesley, I beg of you. Please come back to him. Please come back to him. This life is meaningless without you.
I'm afraid it's too late then. You see, I'm going to marry Lord Dovedale next month.